guys may have seen the video where I helped put a bumper on the front of a buddy's Lumina. And I told you guys it's been about 7 years since I ran a Lumina. So after working on his, I decided to start looking around on Kijiji, and I found one. So we drove down to Mississauga today, and we're gonna go take a look at a Lumina. The photos that I got sent of it, it doesn't really look that bad. And it's got some rear quarter panel rod, but we're gonna go take a look at it today. If it's super rotted, I might not even buy it. If it's not too bad, then I might buy it. It's gonna be a big discussion on how much I'm gonna pay. Oh, big puddle. How rotted it is. I don't know, but the 90s GMs seem to rot out quite a bit here in Ontario. When I'm buying 90s Camrys and 2000, well, early 90s and late 90s Camrys, and they're spotless, you don't find many GMs like that around here. So we're gonna go take a look at it. I believe it's a LTZ Lumina. Now these Luminas were offered two motors, the 3.8 and the 3.1. This car actually has the 3.1, which is the more desirable motor, and it's the motor that I'm actually more interested in. So we'll go see what kind of condition this car is in. Oh, we're gonna go see what kind of condition it is in, and see if it's something that we would like to buy in Derby. But this guy in front of me seems to be cutting me off and repeatedly knocking on his brakes and blinkers. He doesn't know where he's going. So let's go take a look at this Lumina, guys. Well, I got it, and I got it home. As you guys may remember, I did say this thing had a 3100 in it. I'm not used to these GMs here. There we go, there's the hood latch. So there's your 3100 series motor. A lot more space underneath this thing compared to a Camry, like what I'm used to. Like, even just between the frame rails and the motor, there's a lot more space. Wow. To be honest, I don't really have a lot of experience with these 3100s, and to be honest, I really don't even have that good of luck. I ran a Lumina 7 years ago. When I bought it, it was super rotted. I knew it was super rotted, but it was my first Derby car in probably 7 years, because I got out of it, but I got back into it. But 7 years ago, I ran a Lumina, and it folded right here. The whole back end of the car went underneath, and the rear tires ended up right about here. Don't have any footage of it, but it was a really rotted car, and I kind of learned my lesson about running really rotted cars all the way back then. Then I got a Cop edition, so like I don't know if they call them P71s on Luminas, but it was I'm going to say a P71 edition Lumina that the wife drove, and she drove it in Fergus, and she got second place, straight stock. That was her first ever demolition derby. And then she took it to Collingwood. I think Extreme ran it a long time ago, and she ended up getting second with it there. But I noticed big differences between the civilian Luminas and the actual cop car Lumina, because there was a lot thicker steel on the cop car. And somebody once told me that how you tell if your Lumina is a cop car Lumina is if it has a digital dash. Now, I don't know that 100%, but the cop car did have a digital dash, and every Lumina I've ever seen that is not a cop car, actually every Lumina I've ever seen has had a regular dial dash. Underneath here, it actually looks pretty clean. I'm really impressed with the front end of this car. The front end is the spot that I'm going to worry about the most, obviously, because that's what I'm planning to use on this Lumina. When you come to the back end, actually a little bit of rust there. Like I said, I'm not concerned about stuff like that. Rockers have had better days. Can't win them all. Bottoms of the doors. Rear quarter panels. Come around to this side. Rear quarter panel as well is actually pretty far gone on this side. And rockers again. But you know what? I don't think it's going to be too bad. I looked underneath. The underside looks pretty clean. I did see a little bit of rust starting quite a bit inside of here behind the seat. But I'd like to get this vehicle into scrap tomorrow, so I'm just going to kind of do just a fast smash and grab, get everything I can just quickly off of this car and into this car, well, into this SUV. I still have to take the starter and the transfer case out, but cleaned out the shop a bit, got a lot of parts I'll probably never use again, like my Mazda 3 struts and all that fun stuff. But we're just going to completely strip this car as fast as we can. I'm talking door seals, plastic, passenger seat, rear seats, door skins, basically everything under the trunk, maybe even the rear bumper if I can rip that off. And then we'll see what she looks like when she's down to some bare skin. So let's get going. Well, overall, this car's not that bad. Some of the spots that I'm most worried about is basically this spot here, right down here all the way. Same as the other side. This is not bad. I'm not overly concerned about that. You know what? They're GMs, they're gonna rust. That's all you can say. The rockers kind of put me down a bit. I did not strip the front of this car. Mostly because I ran out of space inside the Suburban or the Yukon, whatever you guys want to call it. But I don't know, that went pretty good. Didn't take me that long. What made this stripping of this car pretty nice was that this car had air conditioning, so that's pretty nice. We left the exhaust on. We didn't really go underneath it. We didn't take any windows out. We just took all the interior out that we could. Just a quick smash and grab of whatever we could take and carry out of this car. The reason for that is I'd really like to take that thing into scrap. It's been in my yard now for about a month. It's a little bit too long for a stuffer vehicle. And I gotta go get more stuffer vehicles tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll take this in, I'll go grab a stuffer vehicle. I'll probably strip that one. Maybe more of that one. Maybe the one in behind this one. I'm gonna try putting the RSX up for sale for parts, and I might strip that one, so maybe both of those. Just quick smash and grabs to the next cars, but oh well, I'm pretty excited for this. This Lumina, I haven't ran a Lumina in quite some time, so this is all going to be new to me. That, like I said, the last Lumina I ran was about 7 years ago, and a lot of you guys are telling me that Luminas are the new Camrys. Well, I'm trying to tell you guys that Camrys are the new Luminas. But anyway, I figured I can't really judge a book by its cover. You guys seen me run umpteen many Camrys, so now you guys get to see me run a Lumina. On first thoughts of this one, this here is actually a higher trim package than most Luminas. What I mean by that, this is an LTZ, which means it has a leather interior and an actual floor shifter. So if you guys are looking to get a cheap factory shifter and you guys can't run aftermarket stuff at your derbies if they're bone stock, try to look for an LTZ or go to the scrapyard and get LTZ parts and get rid of that pesky column shifter. But I'm going to say this right now. The power in this 3.1 has to be, I'm going to say, at least 1.5 times of a Camry. Now, don't you guys think I'm jumping the Camry ship that fast, but you know what? I can't say that I've done all the compacts if I've only done stock Luminas. I'm going to have to try something a little bit different, and I think that this is the car I'm going to try. I've bought Luminas in the past, but I usually just sell them. But this one here, I think I'm actually going to stick to. It's pretty clean. It runs great. It's got a 3100 in it. Like I said, I haven't had the best of luck with these motors, but I know one of my buddies is really, really good with these motors and really, really good with these W bodies themselves. So we might be taking a trip up to Owen Sound and seeing if we can get some tips and tricks told to me, because I don't know much about these, so I actually don't really know what to do that well. So I'm going to see what's allowed within a lot of the rules around me, try to play the gray area as best as possible, and build it, run it, smash it, and then I'll give you a feedback of what I like more, Camrys or Luminas. But I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys, and welcome the LTZ to the family. She's stripped, ready to go. Maybe this will be my new pusher vehicle. Air conditioning, runs great. We'll have to see. See you guys back here tomorrow.